Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I am so sorry. Thank goodness, the one and only, the one who carried. Oh, thank you so much.
Have fun on the live. Enjoy.
How's everybody doing this morning? Good to have you. Good to have you. He forgot the clicker. Is anyone like me? You need a clicker? Come on, we're gonna travel. We're gonna go like a little tour of the house. The mister's playing his video games. So apparently video games are more important than all of you. We're gonna take a little tour. Take a little tour. He didn't get the clicker out this morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome. Welcome. There's no lights in here. No lights. There we go. We're back. We're back. Yes, Jamie. Field trip with the missus. Okay, we're back. I don't know about you guys, but even with my laptop, I need to have my little clicker. The Mister's feeling sensitive today, so there's that. So hopefully, when he's feeling less sensitive, he'll join us. So we'll give him a moment, and hopefully, playing video games isn't more important than being here, right? Okay. Mister's a little sensitive because this morning I was telling him that part of being a team is making team decisions. And you don't make team decisions without the whole team. There is different layers of this team. I will always acknowledge that the Mister is phenomenal at his portion of the team. And let's face it, his expertise is at fixing the machines. Hands down, without a doubt, I would hope that's his expertise. He doesn't have formal training. Everything that he knows is by see and know-how, but it's what he does for a living. He's a heavy-duty diesel mechanic, and he can work on anything. If it moves and operates, the man's a genius. I don't say that lightly, and it's not because I'm married to him. He can work on anything, but that's his role in this. As you can see in the last video, Bill, he's not taking a mental day. He's pouting because I told him truth. As you can see in the last video, I will always help out whenever I can. Whenever I can, but I know my limitations. I truly, truly do. My level of expertise, and for those of you who are new to the channel, who are checking this out on the replay, I am over 20 years now. My expertise is in education, child development from birth and on. I am an expert in the field, so they say at this point in my career. I am highly educated in the area. I also can speak on family development, behavior training in the home. Those are my areas of expertise. I am also very in tune when there's a family, even older, that there are dynamics within the family household that are imbalanced. Those are my areas of expertise. But what I believe now at this point in my life, an expert on is being a good teammate. So at the end of the day, the Mister will always be much better, much more esteemed at fixing the machines than I will ever be. But I would love to say that we are both part of this team. I love picking up when I can ever help him. Like today, there's a backpack blower that needs to be picked up. I need to do a Lowe's run for the mister. I did get injured yesterday. Just some bruised ribs. Thank God nothing broken. I'll be okay, but I'm hurting a bit. I can pick up a backpack blower. I know most men or women would take that as a let's take a little time off. Nope, gonna keep on going. I pick up whenever I can possibly pick up for him. Before the big C word, I did a lot more selling for him. Truly, if we're being honest and upfront, once the C word hit, I've got to think about people other than myself now. I'm an educator. I have to run a classroom. I have a very, very, thank God, and I'm blessed, a very successful side business as well involving that. So I need to keep that up and running. So we rely a lot on each other, that the mister will do more of the selling, but I will set up a lot of those sales for him. And you know how I operate. It is, mister, this is what you're selling. I seal the deal. They're coming cash in hand, exact amount. And I get very upset when that backfires and it doesn't work out, because I like things to run smoothly for him. When it comes to this channel, I do know that the mister grabs the camera a lot without me, because he's sitting there fixing quite often when I'm not home, because I do run my side business after work. And I will say, now that we've gotten into this tractor game, I've gotten really excited with him for it. I will literally come home. One of the videos that you caught about our tractors, it was like 10 to 7 at night. I literally, within the safety of the speed limit, I had to hightail it home though, before it got dark, to film the rest of the video with him. So you know what? I do take now this channel. I take all of you. You're a blessing. I appreciate you. But I do take this as our little baby now. And so I do take, if anybody is trying to take a nugget of what we're doing and using it for their own grandeur, I do take opportunists who are trying to take off of Pate Performance for their own. I do take that seriously. I don't appreciate it. And the mister can sometimes be taken advantage of, and I see that when he doesn't. And he doesn't appreciate when I let him know. I've been around the circle of the earth a couple more times than he has. I've also seen a little bit more of people's negative sides through life experiences and what I've been through in my life many more times than he has. So I also know people can be a bit more ugly and a little bit more opportunist, more so than him. And I don't like to see the person I care about the most ever being taken advantage of. So I do take Pate's Performance seriously. When you guys have highlights in your channels, in your lives, that's another aspect of Mrs. Pate's Performance that I take so seriously. Like when something's not going right, when you guys share with me, like Scott Keller last week, Scott, you've been heavy on my heart all week long. Like I've been praying and hoping for you. When Paul Pastore had his birthday, like you would think you're a family member of mine. Like I love hard. I care hard. So I think when people ever, I guess, take advantage of those that I'm close to or love hard, it bothers me. So for the mister to ever assume that I'm not looking out for his best interest, it bothers me. So on that note, I just want to say that, no, I see the mister had wrote in the comments, you want to go in toolbox, take my tools and fix my machines. First of all, one of the things you should all know that the missus is working so hard at right now is there's some few things in line. The mister needs more space. I'm so aware of that. He reminds me daily. But I refuse to ever build onto our home, get a new space, any of the above without doing it right. Some people don't mind robbing Peter to pay Paul, to have all the bells and whistles in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's your mantra, lean with it, rock with it. But I'm a firm believer, and it's because I was raised with nothing. We had nothing. I will work hard to make sure when that man has the garage of his dreams, the space of his dreams, I don't want to look and see this mountainous debt, or I don't want to look and see that we had to rob Peter or borrow from friends or family, or he's in that garage and he doesn't have double lifts, or he doesn't have the things that he wants. I am working so hard to make sure that he has everything he needs. And I will tell you, I love this man dearly, but it's going unappreciated. So I don't want to have at it at his tools. I don't. First of all, they're a wreck. I am a firm believer that no matter how small your space, you can keep it tidy. I know plenty of mechanics. I don't share often, but I come from a family of, it's pretty much twofold. My father was a mechanic, a master mechanic. And I come from a family of law enforcement, basically one of the two. I can say a lot of things about my father, but no matter how small our space, we had an apartment and then we had a gorgeous garage at one point. He kept his space pristine. And at times when we had our smallest space, we had an apartment, he still had a toolbox. And that space was pristine. I'm a firm believer that no matter how busy you are, no matter how small your space, you take pride in what you have and you keep it pristine. It's as simple as that. So no, I don't want at the toolbox because I don't think I could find my way about it because it is just a wreck. I blame myself because I usually get out there and I help him to tidy it up. And you know what? I don't say that as in like a, I get out there and I show him. A good wife should go out there and help their husband every now and then to straighten up. He's busy. I don't expect him to help me in my duties, but it would be nice every now and then. But you know what? I have gone out there and helped him, and I haven't gone out there and helped him tidy up in a while, and I should have. And you know what? I have, he also comments, have at it. Nice of you to show up today. I am here. There's been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on. And I apologize to all of you if I have been late on occasions, more occasions than not, but I'm always here. And that's more than can be said to some channels that don't show up for anyone sometimes. And I apologize for being tardy, but I'm doing the best that I can. The bottom line is I always show up. I always show up. And my mother, who's no longer with us, always said, you can never be perfect, but you must always show up. So I'm showing up. And that is just like in the last video, which I will say, the Snapper NXT, I showed up, but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect at all. And I apologize for that. And you guys definitely corrected me in a few areas, and I appreciate that. I'm learning. I'm not perfect. I definitely need to know my air tools from my electric tools. I think if I probably called it an air ratchet one more time, I think the mister probably would have never even published the video. at that point. Again, I don't do this all the time. I really don't. I just do the best I can do. My time is so limited. I help when I can. And I apologize if it wasn't what you might see from some of your other channels out there. But this is not what I do for a living. So whether you learned how to change a battery, whether you learned how to fabricate the top part of the snapper to fit the pull cord, or you learned how to change or put on, or that it even could house a recoil, I hope you learned something from the video. And for, you know what, if you have no interest in any of the above, if you even learned, I thought about this, if you even learned how to just show up for someone, awesome. Life sometimes is bigger than all of us. If you can just learn to show up for people sometimes, that would be great. That would be great. I spend many, many days where no one shows up for me. I am very used to being told what I do wrong all the time. I am used to having no one in my corner. And you know what? It'll be okay. It'll be okay, because you don't need to have people in your corner every day. You don't need to have a cheerleader every day. You don't even need your spouse or your significant other to tell you every day that you're doing anything right. As long as you know in your heart that you're a good person and you're doing things right, and you show up for them, sometimes they need to be shown that you can do the right things for them and they learn from you. That's all that matters. And I know in that video that I showed up for him, I know he was less than pleased with that video and my performance. I've got a grave amount of learning to do. I probably should have practiced more. I should have probably made him more proud. But I did the best I could. So on that note, I want to jump in and I want to say hi to everyone. And I am sorry. I have a lot going on right now. Good. It's just sad to not see my better half here because for selfish reasons. I would never not show up for him. So on that note, good morning, Jamie O. Jamie O, you are just always such a light of sunshine to our channel. I am so happy to have you here. And thank you for the balloons. It's good to have you here. Thank you so much. Bald Eagle, I actually did our after party. I'm so not used to saying that. I guess maybe it's my age. Maybe the fact I don't go to after parties. It was so nice meeting you that day. Your channel just has so many phenomenal things to offer. And I just feel like there's such a nice correlation between the things that you have going on your channel and ours, but you offer something yet so different. Breath of fresh air to the small engine community. And thank you for being here and showing up for us as well. Rich from Mowers and Blowers Outdone. Jason, Christina, and the gang, greetings, salutations. Shh. Rich, you are another one. Just saying your name always brings a smile to my face. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Guys, I just, really quick, I just need a little hanky. We're going on another field trip. Just need a little hanky. I don't want to use the bathroom. I'm going to grab a little tissue. Like I said, all good. I'm not sad. I just a little disappointed, right? Sometimes life disappoints you. Henry Lovebug, are you up to wearing some, long johns underneath that scrub outfit yet? I have to tell you, Henry, when I used to work, so those of you who don't know, I used to work in a dentist office. So funny background story. If some of you don't care about this, I totally understand. It's just sidebar about the misses. When I was 13, we had nothing growing up. My mother, though, growing up worked in a dentist office. My mother, I have to find a picture of my mother and share it with you guys. My mother was 6 foot tall. Don't know where the short and chubby and stout came from. I definitely didn't get anything from her. I got her personality and her heart, thank God. But my mother was 6 foot tall, dark, long hair, olivey skin, hazel green eyes. My mother was stunning. And she loved a good muscle car. She had a Mach 1. She loved speed. And my mother's dream job was to be a dentist for the military. She wanted to go overseas and she wanted to be a dentist. She got a offer to a full scholarship ride to be to go for dental training, NYU. She declined it to get married. Love overcame her. And my mother was valedictorian of her class. She was such a smart, gorgeous, beautiful, but like cutting edge kind of woman. She was like no makeup, gorgeous, walking out the door. And so my mother, though, throughout high school into college, worked for a dentist. So when I was 13, I'm in high school and there was a big job offerings board. And at that time, I was a smart kid, but I didn't want to get my hands too dirty. And I said, what job could I do? And there was a dentist office. And I said, well, my mom could do it. I want to work in a dentist office too. But I don't want to like work with patients. I wanted to work in the front desk. And so it said you had to be 15. And I certainly wasn't 15. But even back then, I said to myself, what do I have to lose? I wrote up a resume. I think the best I had to give was babysitting on there. And I went down to that dentist office and I gave it my best. And he said, darling, it's April and you don't turn 14 till December. He goes, you're not even close to 15. And I looked at him and I gave him my best pearly whites. His wife was interviewing too at the time with him. And he had 3 boys. And I said, I'll never forget. I said, are those your 3 boys? And he had a son who was 2 months older than me. And I said, I'll be like the daughter you never had. And I said, I'll work harder than anyone else in the office. And I'll never forget, he goes to me, school just let out, didn't it, when you came here? And I said, yes, sir. And he gave me money. There was a deli next door. He goes, you go get yourself a little after school snack. Can you start today? Can you call your mom and tell her you're starting? And I said, yes, sir. And he says, I can't put you on the books just yet, but I can give you a job. And I was happier than a clam and worked hard from that day on. So I've always been a hard worker. I always seen the glass as half full. And I'm a firm believer. You just always be a good person. So to all of you in the chat, if you're ever having a rough time, whether it's job hunting, just giving a go at a machine, helping someone else out, just always give it a go. I saw Jungle Bob, great channel, Jungle Bob's Repair. He's having a tough go at a machine, but I just am so inspired, right, by his get up and go. Like he's like a never give up kind of guy. Some of you guys are just so inspiring. You're just like a never get up and go. So Henry, my long-winded story. Back in the day when we wore scrubs, thermals are the way to go underneath those scrubs. It'll keep you warm and toasty in the winter. It's what us girls wore underneath, and you'll appreciate it. Will, good morning. It's great to have you here. I hope you're doing well. Bill, good morning. Bill, I have to tell you, I was fangirling over you. I have to tell you, so as horrible a job as I did on my first video fixing that snapper, which I know probably made the mister cringe inside as I was making it. Well, as he watched it. When I saw what you wrote in the comments about being able to now add the recoil to your snapper and be able to post it for sale, the educator in me was ready to explode with excitement. I was so happy, so happy. See, that's what it's about. Like, that's where I love, and you guys and gals in the chat who make the videos, that's amazing. I love the video making aspect. I know it's so long. I know it's tedious. I give the mister so much credit for making videos. I know the editing process takes forever. But I think it's amazing, like educating people, right? And then when people can come back and they can make their comments, if you could just help one person, now think about it. You help one person and that person now makes a sale. That's phenomenal. Now, I will tell you, full disclosure, we have now posted that snapper, and the snapper has not sold. Being completely honest, I do feel in my heart of hearts, I believe Norge, you wrote in the comments, she's not pretty. That snapper is not the most pretty of all lawnmowers. That she's not. And I know the mister did a community post where he linked, and you guys should check that out later on today. It's a short little clip. It was a clip that was actually put up by another channel when the snapper came out about 10 years ago. And I'll be honest, so I'll give you my thoughts. It's a clip when the snapper NXT was, I guess, debuted about 10 years ago. And it does seem, for 10 years ago, the video is a little antiquated. You know, it talks about the snapper NXT being so cutting edge with its push start technology and a blade that cuts like no other. And it just, you know, like anything a decade ago, it must have been so hot and so cutting edge at that time. But for right now, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do you get where I'm going? I now adding the recoil, the pull start to it. Yeah, it's to me. She's no more, no less cool than the next lawnmower. She's a solid lawnmower. That's how I feel. It's a solid lawnmower. But you know what? Back in her day, boy, oh boy, yeah, she was cutting edge. So pretty cool. And I will say, Snapper put some good money into that advertising video. It was a good commercial. And it was so cool because I'm thinking now, I think back to like some of the commercials we see for Ariens and for Snapper. If you look at the history of Snapper commercials, Snapper really didn't invest money into commercials like that. So for them to put that kind of money into marketing back in that day, they really were putting all their eggs in a basket that particular mower and tractor at the time were really going to bring home some good money for them. So I say congratulations to them, and I hope it brings us a sale. Will I be sharing that commercial with any of our potential buyers? No, because it clearly is from a decade ago. So I don't want a full disclosure to anyone that is from 10 years ago. But, you know, a well-made marketing video for back in its day, all considering. Mondo Mowers, good morning. He hopes everyone's doing well. Amen to that, Mondo. I hope everything is going well by you. Mondo, how is everything doing with the business? Everything in place now? I know, as I'm going to get into soon, we are now, Ken, I know you're listening somewhere. We're into Ken's and mine and maybe some of yours. Bill Clements, I know, loves this season as well for football. I forgot to mention that last week. We're into now the fall season. This could mean a lot of a lot of waxing and waning for some of us in this business, in this hobby. Tractor season. I'm getting a lot of mixed reviews from some of you guys. And I'm basically hearing that tractor season, we have until about November. You tell me, if we have until November with tractors, right? Does that mean with baggers only? Because I don't want to give away our content. I wouldn't do that to the mister. But does that mean we have tractor season until November with baggers only? Are they going to want the baggers only because of all the leaves, etc., and so forth? So I'm hoping we have a tractor on standby. For those of you who know, I know I'm not giving away content here. You know that when we had the other the gray Craftsman without the bagger, we had another tractor on standby ready to go. That's why we were kind of waiting with bated breath, because this other tractor has, oh my gosh, we've got all the bells and whistles. We've got a thatcher. We've got, oh my gosh, a spreader. We've got a cart. I mean, this girl, the mister talked, and I don't believe him on this one. The mister talked that this is going to be like our last big hoorah with tractors for the season, because we are, for now, I like to always say for now, because, we are going to expand our space and our area to keep machines, moving soon into like having some bigger space, all in due time. But for now, he thinks this is our last big hoorah with tractors. I think if we were to sell this quickly and we're still in October, I think if the mister came across another really good deal, like let's say a great tractor, low price with baggers, I think he's bringing home one more. I think we'll have a pit in our stomach, because I know we don't want to go into wintertime having a tractor sitting around. But I think I know that's like his priority right now, getting this one up, running, going. And if we had a sale, but again, it's going to be higher end. I don't know. I really do think he'll get bit by the bug and he'll bring another one home. So we're really going to have to see. My gut, knowing my husband, he's bringing one more home after this. That's my bet. I'll place a $1 bet with whoever wants to bet with me. Yep, we did some field trips today. Field trip to that first room I went in to get the mouse. We used to call that Grandma Brooklyn's room. Miss her. Kaiser dog, good morning. How are you? What's shaking by you? We already addressed the mister's comments. Paul Pastori. Paul, I think you could tell I could use some baby and pumpkin patch pictures. I hope they are coming soon. This is my favorite time of the year. I need someone to pick pumpkins with. I need to plant some mums on the front steps. There is, Paul, do you know about over at Old Bethpage Restoration? They have the blazing pumpkins. Oh my gosh, your one guy is big enough now where he would love that. The kids would both love that. You could go a little bit early enough where it's like just dusky, and oh my gosh, they have like a big Disney now display this year. It started already. It is phenomenal. They usually just have it up in the Hudson Valley over here. And now, as of, I think last year or the year before, they started having an Old Bethpage Restoration. Phenomenal. Such a nice little outing for both children and adults. A really great little outing and a little day out. Dick's Small Engines, Yo-Yo Pates, I hope all is well. All is great. We're doing great. All is well. Gravely Man, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for showing up for us. Bill, I never know what's going on with the mister. I truly, truly don't. Will says good morning to everyone. Yes, Scott, Scott, I love the new name, Lady Boss. I'll take it. I don't get to be the boss at anything, so I'll take Lady Boss. DC from Canada. Good morning, DC Lawn Maintenance and Snow Removal. I got to tell you, I know nobody wants to hear the word SNOW just yet, but I just read something. You know, you guys, I'm big on my old Farmer's Almanac, the abridged edition. It's going to be a wicked, 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 wicked winter. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I know I speak alone on this one. I truly, truly do. It's a great stress reliever getting out there. I like our clients. I really do. We have a really nice lineup of clients. I know not a lot of snow removal businesses can say this, but we have really now lined up quite a little clientele for ourselves. And they are really just really nice couples or individuals. And they let us just come do what we need to do. We communicate ahead of time, and they just let us get out there and do our job. And it's just a nice little we get out there and it's like you're in the zone. And I got to tell you, from what I'm reading, Long Island, New York, we're getting hit this year, so it should be very interesting. Bill, yeah, you know, we were never allowed to have temper tantrums in our house growing up. We truly were not. They were not allowed. And as an adult, who has time for temper tantrums? And with God willing, little kids coming into this house one day, the missus is not going to be allowed to have anyone else but the kids having the temper tantrum. So this kind of nonsense needs to stop. You have a big child too. You should be an expert. Yes. Like I said, I get to come home and I get to practice work at home as well. So yes, I'm doing phenomenal in my career right now. Bears, good morning, gearheads. Oh my, after one fixer by yourself video, do I get to consider myself a up and coming gearhead? I don't know. I thought does gearhead apply to, I always thought that was like if you work on like big cars and stuff. Does that apply to all just small engines too? Like, educate me here. Do I get to be a gearhead in training? I don't know. Do I get to try to get a gearhead shirt now? I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Antonio, Claudio, Michael, thank you so much, honey. It's good to see you around. It's been a little while. Bill says you're a good egg girl. I try. You know what? I have to say, when you're raised by a good egg, my mama was a good egg. A good egg. I try. I just want to make her proud. I know she watches still. She's somewhere up there. So, Claudio, I'm okay. I'm okay. A little disappointed at the mister today. But I'm okay. Listen, Antonio, you don't go through the things I've been through in life. You don't survive cancer. You don't survive losing your parents. You don't survive skating cancer again. You don't survive losing a little baby. You don't survive the things I've been through and have little things bother you. I just don't like being disappointed by loved ones. It's really disappointing. You know what I'm saying? Jason's lucky. Not many women will repair stuff. Here's the thing, Scott, I have a theory, right? Marriage vows are interesting, right? Friendship vows are interesting. Family. I feel like family, there's this underlying vow. We have a duty to be there for each other in some way. I don't believe in that it's 50-50. I don't. When people say that marriage is 50-50 or that children should take care of parents or parents should take care of children, I don't believe in that. When they say friendship should always be like opposites attract or you should have things in common, I don't believe in that either. I believe in you should do what's right. I believe you should do things that work. A marriage is never 50-50. There's always someone that's going to always pull a little bit more weight than the other. I just always believe when you see the other person needs help, you should jump in. That's just what I did. That's just what I try to do. Is there always going to be one person that gets the shorter end of the stick? I think so. I think so. And if you are in a marriage where you say it's 50-50, God bless. You are lucky, lucky, lucky. If you are in a family dynamic where you have parents or in-laws or children or vice versa, where the whole family checks on each other, and it doesn't have to be the children always checking on the parents or the parents always checking on the children, that you're just a family that does the right thing by each other, then you have an amazing family. If you have a friendship that's not always one-sided, and you just do the right thing by each other all the time, that it's not an opportunist type friendship, that it's not just one friend always doing for the other, you have an amazing friendship. I'm starting to realize later in life that things aren't always going to be equal. They're not always going to be fair, but you should always try to do the right thing. And when someone's not doing the right thing by you, I don't believe you blow up. I believe you show them. I believe you model for them. Maybe that's the teacher in me. Maybe that's the mother that raised me who was so amazing. But I don't believe you let people walk on you. I don't believe you let people take advantage of you. I don't believe you let people treat your relationship as being opportunist. I don't believe you let people make you feel guilty. I don't believe that's a relationship. So if you have a spouse or a friend or a family member who needs help, do this. You roll up your sleeves and you jump in and you help. And you know what? There's times, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm up to here juggling plates of my own. And I'm not saying this to do this and stroke my own back and feathers right now. But I will sometimes not tell the mister, I'm juggling 1,000 plates of my own. And I will 1,000% say to him, how can I help you? I can run that errand for you, sure. You need parts? Sure. You need me to pick up something? Sure. And then I will work through lunch. I will work with the minute he walks out the door in the morning and I hand him his lunch and his breakfast. I will feverishly a mile away work. I'll work when he's playing video games and I'll be sitting here late at night finishing up. Because if I can roll up my sleeves and help him out, that's who I am personally. Because that's what I feel I want to do. Don't expect that in return, though, because you'll be disappointed. That's what I've come to learn over time. And that goes for family as well. I have laid out the red carpet for family members. I have given the shirt off my back for family. And you know what the greatest disappointment in life can be? When you expect the same in return. You'll get hurt. But at least you know what you'll know when you put your head on the pillow at night, that you did the right thing. So Scott, I'm not expecting to ever hear that you're an amazing wife because you do this. I just want to know that I helped him. That's all. The mister's apparently chiming in. You can't compare. Not only was your father a deadbeat, he didn't work on anything on the level we do. Irrelevant. I'm going to say two things. The mister's right. My father was an amazing father until my mother passed away. He was not a deadbeat father growing up. He's wrong. My father could work on anything, from a chainsaw to a backpack blower to a semi-truck to a car, anything in small engine world to diesel. My father was a master mechanic. He could fabricate. He was amazing with his two hands. Amazing. But no, he did not run a business like this. On the side, my husband often refers to a friend named James. My father was the same level, if not better, than my husband's friend James. He did work on the side like his friend. That's what my father did on the side. So yes, completely different. He didn't do small engine work on the side. He did trucks, cars, that type of work on the side. So that's what I grew up handing him wrenches for, not lawnmowers, backpack blowers, tractors. So different, but he was always working and tinkering on those type of things. Motivation level, no, he's right. My father wasn't as motivated. If my mother would work around the clock, so my father didn't have to work as hard. That was a shame. But my father was as equally talented as many of the men that my husband knows. It's just a shame not as motivated. Antonio, I can't stand a dirty, cluttery area as a mechanic. My tools have to always be clean and organized. I get nagged on all the time. Your tools are clean. They aren't used. I clean them. They take care of me. Claudio, I want to say the mister, in all fairness, at work has impeccable cleanly tools from what he tells me. He keeps it tidy. What comes out gets cleaned. He takes incredible care of his things at work. And he's very, very tidy. I think he just runs out of time here at home. But again, I often will get out there and I will help him to tidy. I feel like a toolbox is a sacred place, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys and gals. A toolbox is a place where, it's almost like a surgeon. You reach your hand in and you know what you want to take out. So I always get very intimidated helping him to straighten up his toolbox. So I almost feel like when we straighten up the toolbox, I need to have him there because I don't want to put something back in the wrong place, because it's that moment of like you go to reach and you want to have what you need. So I don't want to mess things up on him, even though it is a mess going into it. I don't want to put something back in the wrong place. And he goes to reach thinking something should be in a certain place and it's not. I know that a toolbox is like the mecca of what you need to be organized in a certain way. Antonio, this is phenomenal. Antonio says, my wife helps me all the time repairing stuff. Antonio, I know you probably are an amazing husband. Appreciate her. I know you probably do, but just appreciate her. Vice versa, guys and girls. If you are a wife and your husband helps you, does anything to lend a helping hand, just say thank you. A rub on the back, a kiss on the forehead. Just say, how can I help you once in a while? It's such an amazing feeling to know you're appreciated. Bill Martini, you helped me a lot on that snapper video. Thank you so much. Bill, like I said, there were a lot of highlights this week. In my profession, I know this sounds very cliche, but in my profession, working with children, my children are always the highlight of my week. The things that they learn, the things that they do, the smile on their face, it brings me such joy. When the mister has a good week and he fixes something and he's happy, that's my joy. Him being happy is my joy. Seeing comments that I helped you, oh my God, who am I in this small engine community? I'm behind the scenes. I'm nobody. You guys are amazing. I'm just a little flea in this. So the fact that I could help someone like you, Bill, someone who's so esteemed in this field, thank you so much for saying that, because that made me feel so appreciated. So thank you so much. I got to be honest with you. It's so funny when you fix one thing, how you want to get out there and try one more. I don't know. I'm so afraid to touch other things. Like I knew the mister needed this done. So I'm not quite sure what the next thing I could maybe fix would be. I don't want to ever touch something that he already has in his mind to work on, because I don't want to ruin something. My biggest fear would be going to try to fix something and I ruin something that he wants to work on, because I don't know how I forgive myself for that. But because I don't want to make more work for him, God forbid. So we'll see. Mando says, damn, Jay, keep it cool. I get pissed with my wife, but I keep it cool. Mando, he's got a temper. He's got a temper when he wants. And I don't play that game. I don't. So if he wants to pout, he can pout. Paul Pastore, loved your video. Paul, thank you so much. And Paul, I hope you understand with your comment about selling. Paul had asked me in the Snapper video about me selling in the driveway, my thoughts on that, or if I would do that. I don't want you to think by my comment that I'm putting the mister down, that he does selling from the house. Like, let me backtrack. I hold the mister at a full esteem and give him all the credit in the world that he does as much selling as he does. I personally, just because in the profession that I'm in, I also, I don't know how I don't really feel so comfortable videoing people while they're buying something. I know that that's kind of what this channel is all about, and kind of what we do, but it's just not really a comfort zone for me. I'm very professional when I sell something. I'm not saying he's not. I'm very proud of him. But it's just, I don't like selling from home, first of all. This is kind of like, home is my safe place. I don't like selling here. I know he's more open to it. So that's one thing. Number two, I don't like filming people during a sale. I kind of feel like that's a more personal experience. I wouldn't want someone to do that to me. So I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's right. I know people do it. But I just wouldn't want to be part of an experience like that. I'm really honestly more happy like this, having a parlay together. I'm also more happy. I love teaching. I love the Snapper video experience. That was so fun. Like, teaching's what I do. And I've got a lot of learning to do with equipment, but that was fun for me. Like, teaching's my area of what I love. So that was fun. Claudio says, I always show up and support people in channels, and I finally gave up because you can only show up and help people till you find that nobody supports you or cares. Then it makes you feel like you're being used. Claudio, I'm glad that you're sharing what's on your heart with this. I was trying to educate the mister on something, and I'm not going to single anyone out here on this one, but I want to just share something that's been on my heart, Claudio, and I think this will resonate for you. I hear too often when channels get big, right? Or they think it's big. Guys and gals, we live in a world where YouTube channels, they get up to like 100,000 subscribers, 50,000, and far greater than that. Guys and gals, when we're at like 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, guys and gals, like, that's really not, it's amazing, but it's not like the end all to be all when you think about how huge some channels are. And at the end of the day, when you have channels, right, that either you know that support you on a regular basis, and you're not jumping in their channel to comment, or you're not jumping on their channel when they do a live once in a while, or you're not supporting them, I think sometimes you need to take a step back for a moment. And you need to say to yourself, they're always either showing up on my channel, they're commenting on my channel, and they're supporting me. You know what? So what that you don't get maybe an extra 50 subscribers? So what you don't get an extra 100 subscribers? Maybe you need to take a half hour out of your week instead of maybe making an extra video that week. Maybe instead of maybe making, maybe when you're using the facilities, maybe while you're having breakfast, maybe, or your lunch that day, jump on someone's video. make a comment. If you know someone's a heavy supporter of yours, give back. Give back. You know what that is? It's good karma. It's just good karma. It's so important. I know some people are big into making a video every day or every other day or 3 a week or whatever it is. Or people will say, oh, I'm far too busy to jump on everyone's channels. I have this many subscribers. Guys and gals, what does that mean if you can't give back? What does that mean if you know that like maybe 4 or 5 people in your chat have channels of their own and you're not jumping in and watching their video once in a while or making a nice comment on their chat? What does that mean? Okay, great. You got another 100 subscribers, but if you can't give back, it doesn't mean anything. Life's about giving back and coming full circle. Just something to think about. Remember, none of us are too busy, and none of us are so popular and so big that we can't give back, right? Bill, hugs back to you. Thank you. You're a rock star. You really are. Bears Spears, I hope you guys are okay. Sometimes it's good to talk to someone. You guys are amazing. You guys are like my people. I love you. I tell the mister this all the time. I am so excited when a little one comes into this house, or I'll be honest, I hope there's many little ones. That little one is going to have so many aunties and uncles. You know why? You guys check on me all the time. You guys check in with me all the time. I'm going to have so many cyber aunties and uncles for this little one or little ones when eventually happens, because I hear from you more than friends and family. So I feel so fortunate. And this little one or little ones are going to be so fortunate one day to have all of you. I feel so thought about. Ken says, Chris, I'll be there in an hour and we can have an extra picture. Ken, I love you so much. You guys are awesome. Awesome. And Ken, we could share a pumpkin spice latte and sit by. Ken, I have to pick out Mum still. Maybe we can go Mum shopping. I have no one to go with me. Antonio says, well said, Pate. Antonio, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Scott, I am going to fall off my chair right now. Scott says, and I have to say, I love me some Scott Keller, but Scott Keller can be a critic in the best way possible. Scott says, for a rookie, it was not bad. He's referring to my Snapper NXT video. Scott, be still my heart. Scott, did we just have a moment? Scott, are we like best friends right now? Scott, you just made my day. Thank you so much. Antonia says, all you can ever do is the best you can. Amen. Amen to that, Antonio. And that's what I live by. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I love all types of music. Country, Frank Sinatra. I'll listen to some Pitbull. I like Italian. I like Dean Martin. I like it all. I'll listen to everything. Pitbull has a famous quote, and it says, if somebody's not hating on you, you're not doing something right. Listen, all you can always do in life is the best you can. That's it. You can just be a good person. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like what you have to say, who says you didn't do enough, who said you said the wrong thing, who said you said it too mean, who said you said it wrong, who said you did the wrong thing, who said you should have parked your car somewhere else, who said you shouldn't have said this, you shouldn't have said that, you should have called more, you should have texted that. Listen, I'm at a point in my life right now, I do what I can do when I can do it. That's it. And you know what? If I didn't do enough, I am so sorry, and I still love you. That's the bottom line. That's what I tell people. If I miss something, I'm sorry, and I still love you. That's all. That's why I'll be honest, guys and gals. That's why I don't fight with hagglers. We had a lot of hagglers this week with snowblowers, believe it or not. And I won't send them somewhere else. I'm not going to go back and forth a lot with the low blowers. I simply say, no problem. I offer them something in their price range. And then I say, when they want to beat me up some more in the price, you and I are just not going to come to a middle ground. Good luck in your search. If you change your mind, let me know. And 9 times out of 10, they tell me, thank you so much. Have a great day. Like, I let it go. I let it go. Ken says, Jason, I suggest the large roses. So Ken, I'll tell you this. I love the mister with all my heart. He's not a flower guy, but it's also because I don't push flowers. If anyone wants to know the way to the Mrs. Heart, I'll tell you right now. A hug. Spend some time with me. Sit down to dinner with me. I have dinner a lot alone. I make dinner almost every night. I sit down to dinner alone. Or I have to beg him to come in for dinner. Some consideration. Don't put outsiders before your wife. And at the end of the day, a text, how's your day going? Love you. I am the cheapest wife there could be. I don't need all the bells and whistles. That is all. I'm simple, Ken. And I like some mums. Ken, I'm not going to lie, Ken, I'm fangirling over your mums. If your mums were the equivalent of how the young girls act over Taylor Swift, I am Taylor Swifting over your mums right now. Antonio says, such a beautiful story. Thank you, Antonio. You're a great person. Roger McDonald, be still my heart, sweet angel. How are you? I hope you're having a good week. How are things going? Are you prepping anything? Getting anything ready for a sale? You are another friend that's always on my mind. We have Will says he's doing well, heading out to breakfast, getting ready to meet Kenny and a couple of the lawn boys from him. Excellent. That's also a favorite thing. I'm simple like that. I like to walk into town, maybe have a dinner once in a while, grab breakfast, have breakfast. We used to have breakfast together. I used to make it. We never had breakfast together. I love things like that. Marketing makes everything sound 1,000 times better than what it is. Yeah, guys and gals, if you haven't checked out the community post with that Snapper NXT commercial, yeah, they totally made it sound so much better. Yeah, Henry, I don't think we're getting him back down for the show. It's fine. It is what it is. We'll be wrapping up things soon. I don't beg. I'm at an age now. I don't beg. It is what it is. Mowers and Blowers Outdone says, I haven't yet had a bad snapper, and the old ones are built like a tank. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, whoever said when something's old, there's got to be something wrong with it. I kind of feel, I know this is cliche, I feel like I'm getting better with time. Listen, for those of you who have been with us a couple lives in, I had a scare this summer with thyroid cancer. And the week before school started, the doctor said to me, Mrs. Pate, you are internally in the best shape you've been in like the last how many years? So I kind of feel like, hey, age, it's but a number. I'm going to apply that to this snapper as well. You take care of something, you give it the tune-ups, you make it look spiffy. Why not, right? Why not? Tractors, right? I'm starting to learn when people ask how old is the tractor? Guys and gals, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Tractors, does it matter how old the tractor is? Take good care of it, service it, right? Does it matter that the tractor is how many years old? As long as it's in great shape, well maintained, right? So at the end of the day, take care of your equipment. It'll be fine. I'll be honest. I hate that I'm saying this. I hate that I'm saying this. I have a feeling we're going to be putting the snapper into storage and selling it for next spring. I just don't know if she's going to sell for right now, and I'm not willing to really go down on the price on her right now, but that's okay. She's ready to go. She's a beaut, and we'll sell her for the spring, and we know that, boom, she's ready to go. Paul says, we're going somewhere in Bay Shore to pumpkin picking with some friends today. Paul, guys and gals, my biggest dream, and I know I've been like weepy this whole life. I just got emotions running today. Nothing bad. I promise you, when I take my trips down memory lane, I'm Italian. I'm sorry. We're emotion-filled people. I can't wait, Paul, for the day to take 1, 2. I'll take triplets. I don't care at this point. I'll take them all. I can't wait to do. That is like my mommy dream, to do all the fall things with babies. Oh, I swear, I'll go to every pumpkin patch on Long Island that I can find. That is like what I am looking forward to. Oh, so please take all the pictures, send us all the pictures. I love when my students come in, they'll bring me little pumpkins. They tell me all about their stories of their pumpkin picking and apple picking. And it makes my heart just, burst. I love it. Have such a wonderful time. Enjoy that time. It goes so fast. It really, really, really does. Baggers are for rich neighborhoods. We seem to have yard sweepers. So basically, the reason listen, Long Island's interesting. New York's just an expensive place to live. Bottom line, New York's expensive. Long Island's expensive. Face it, everywhere is getting expensive to live, right? It just seems like baggers are what people want here. I'm just curious if they want it normally. I wonder if now that we're in fall season, if that's just like what everyone's going to want to have. And so I just hope, like, if the Mister finds another one after the one we have right now, I just hope that it has a bagger on it, because I just feel like it might be sitting otherwise. Scott says, us double trailer drivers definitely don't. That's when I was talking about snow. Scott, I always pray that you're safe on the road, obviously. So yes, I hope we get snow and you don't. Although that's probably not even possible. So, oh, it's in Brightwaters. Yes. Okay. I am familiar with that. Absolutely. Dre, Lion Tribe 79. Good morning, honey. How are you? Thank you for praying for the screw on my snapper. I definitely have to this weekend get some electric drill ratchet practice in. 100%. I know Scott Keller would prefer that I don't even use the electric ratchet. Something more handheld, right, Scott? Mrs. P, I will be very happy with 0 inches of snow this year in the Boston area. Think positive. But Jamie, then I will not be able to bring out my snowblower. So we need listen, I know we're getting more than this just from what I'm reading, but we need enough to have like one good snowstorm to be able to get out there and to get, blowing. So, Antonio, oh yes, please. Scott Keller, please send your prayers and continue praying for Scott Keller's mother. We never, ever stop helping out the community here. Scott is filling in the community on what's going on with his mom. Dr. Olson. Dr. Olson, oh my goodness. Good to have you here. Haven't had you here in a while. It's good to have you. Maddie, I hope all is well with you today on this fine Saturday morning. Always a pleasure having you here. Will says, as of a week ago, I now have an LLC for my small engine repair business. Congratulations. Excellent. I love celebrating when someone has their wonderful triumphs. Lion Tribe, you walked into a Mr. Tantrum. It's the missus today. We're almost done for today, but thank you for being here. Roger, thank you so much. You know what? Sometimes you just can't be anything but. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Maddie says generosity in marriage is rare. It's so true. It's so true. And unfortunately, I am starting to see just in the world, generosity in marriage and families, consideration, it is just so one-sided. It is so one-sided. And you know what? People have started creating such rules. You must do this, and you must call me, and you must do this for me. Whatever happened to just be a good person? Call people, love people, take care of people. Just be a good person. Like, why do there have to be rules in just taking care of people, right? Like, why can't you just, like, why does it have to be call me, stop by me? Why does it have to be I did this for you, so now do this for me? Why can't it just be, I want to help you, or I wanted to see you, or I wanted to make you dinner, so I stopped by and dropped it off? Or I know you're so busy, and that's okay. This is a busy season in your life, so how can I help you? Like, why can't we just be good people? Why do there have to be rules? And Antonia, you're right. Marriage is never 50-50. No relationship, friendship, family, marriage, nothing. Nothing's 50-50. And that's why Maddie says generosity is so important. And you know what, friends? That's also when you need to also see why, at the end of the day, if you have a friendship that's just opportunistic, if you have someone in your life that's sucking you and just taking and never giving, or it's always, I need, and they're never just reaching out to you to say, or you know what? If they're never just, how about you drop off a meal to someone? How about you sit there and say, I know that this is a busy season in your life. I'm not going to add more stress on your plate. You know what bothers me the most is when people know that you're in a busy season of your life and they're going to say, I'm going to add more stress on this person's plate. Those are not the people that love you. Those are the people that need to reflect on themselves and say, why am I loving this person by adding more stress on their plate? In this small engine community, you know the people that I love the most? The people, like last night, Polar Bear had tagged us in Jungle Bob's repair. He was having an issue with the machine. Now, we all have a lot going on. But you know what? When you spread the questions, when you spread the wealth and we help each other out, that's what this is about. Guys and gals, you don't stress each other out by the do for me, help me. You do it because you help each other, right? That's what it should be about. Nothing's going to be 50-50, but you don't have to unnecessarily stress each other out. Mando says, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Mando, it's the beauty and the beast of your own business, right? It's those moments where I'm sure you sit there and say, gosh, I'm proud to have my own business. And it's the moments where you probably look at your gorgeous family and you say, I'm so proud that I can do this for my family. But it's probably also the moments where you're like, which end is up, right? Those moments are definitely going to happen, probably more so than often right now. Thank God you're a hard worker. Thank God you're so smart. And thank God that when the going gets tough, I know the type of man that you are. You just dig in even further. And please know, Mando, you're not alone. I know we may be all the ways here and you're all the ways down there, But when you ever need that encouragement, we're all here to chip in and just say, you got this, brother. So at the end of the day, don't ever be afraid. Reach out. Be like, "Ooh, I'm up to here, man." We've got you. We've got you. And this is where, you know what? Your beautiful wife, this is where she chips in too. And if it's getting parts or it's running and doing, or this is where you and your beautiful team chips in. You got to help each other out, you know? How many people in all of our lives can say, how can I make your day better? It's Maddie. It's so true. I have seen, and it's so troubling to me because I've had this conversation with the mister. I've seen it with friends and family and strangers even in the last, I would say 6 to 8 months. And it's kind of where I've seen a little bit more of people in life than he has. I've seen so many people say to us, to others even, take care of me. I need X, Y, and Z. Do for me. There's so few people lately in the world who are saying, how can I help you? What can I do for you? Or even better, Maddie, I helped someone the other day at work. It was actually someone who's like not even in like, I don't want to get into personal details because it's confidential, but it was someone that's like not even in like my jurisdiction of someone that I would normally help. I literally stopped what I was doing, went to go help them in their time of need, didn't even ask them. I didn't say, how can I help you? I just jumped in and helped. And it took almost 25 minutes, almost 30 minutes of my time. That person came to me at the end of the day, and you could tell the emotions were running. And they said, you were the only one out of many people who walked right by, who stopped what you were doing to help me. And you do that all the time. And this person said, I wish so many other people could do that for other people. And they said, thank you. And I said, you don't owe me a thank you. I said, you know what you can do though? When you see your peer ever need help, even if it's someone that you don't know well, even if you're busy and your plate is filled up to here, promise me, you'll stop everything you're doing and you'll help them out. Because the only way we're going to teach people to stop this cycle of, I need to be taken care of, I need people to do things for me, I need someone to spend time with me, I need someone to call me, I need less work on my plate, I'm stressed out. The only way we're going to stop the me generation is by modeling. Model good behavior, good karma. That's the way this gets better. And you know what this person said to me? I aspire to be like you. And I said, good God, please don't. Because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I have times where I didn't make the judgment call I did today, and I kept working and I didn't help someone, and I felt like dirt. And I promised myself I will never not help someone ever again. I'll always stop and I'll help. And that's why, like last night with Jungle Bob, I said to the mister, I said, did you jump on and watch his video? Did you? And he said, absolutely. And that's the part about my husband that I do love, is that he'll stop and he'll help. So yeah, it's important to stop and maybe not say, how can I make your day better? But just jump in. Just jump in. Just do. Just do. Mowers and Blowers Outdone says it's hardly ever 50-50. Just hope it's not always heavy on one side every time. You can hope. And you know what the sad part is, Rich? I see, as I'm sure many of you do, quite often it is quite heavy on one side. I see a lot of families, relationships, marriages, friendships. It's heavy on one side. I've experienced, without going into details, I've watched my own husband get into friendships and etc., where he definitely gives way too much on one side. So much that it sacrifices him giving anything here. And I say to myself, it's so unhealthy. It's so unhealthy. But people need to see it for themselves. People need to see that for themselves, and they need to be able to realize, like, wow, I'm not even taking care of home right now because what I'm doing is so unhealthy. But people need to do that themselves. Nobody's going to fix that for them. Antonio says, my wife could be depressed and overstressed. She wouldn't hesitate, ask me, what would you want for dinner, even though she just got off work and I'm taking care of the kiddos. Amen. Amen. I got in the other night and it was about 7:20, 7:30. And the mister was upstairs and he was playing video games. God bless. I'll never, ever, ever criticize him for it. That's his stress relief. Listen, I'm a firm believer. Listen, I'm not into all that jazz. Maybe that's just a different generation. I'm not into the video game thing. I can't relate to it. But I know there's many vices people have in life, right? If that's his thing, that's his thing. He needed a moment. He steps away. That's fine. But I got home. There was no dinner made. I hadn't made dinner yet. I just ask that you think about your spouse. You know, it was late. I'd been out of the house since 6:30 that morning. It was a long day. I was exhausted. But what did I do? I didn't complain. I got dinner on the table. It was late. I got dinner on the table 8:00 that night. But I still did what I had to do. You know, like, things don't stop. And I'm not going to stop. And it is what it is. Scott says, my wife never made me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Was hit and miss. The mister leaves every day with his breakfast in his hand. He's gotten very picky over the last year. He's been trying to like watch what he eats. So he leaves with like, it almost like it's like a child's like smorgasbord of what he wants for lunch. But I probably have a night during the week that I do need to, we will like probably order, like I do a pizza night because I just need that one night. So it's hard, but yeah, I try to have dinner on the table. I really do. I do my best. Is it always a 3-course meal? Absolutely not, but he's fed. A toolbox is definitely a sacred place. My tools go in specific locations. My wife uses my tools and puts them in the wrong places all the time, but I always just show her where. No need to get mad. Yeah, I don't think the mister would ever get mad. Well, I bet he would be frustrated. Listen, I don't know. He's different than me. I would be so grateful that someone helped me. I think he would be frustrated with me if I put he would be mad that I touched his stuff, I'm sure. Listen, I ask once, I ask twice to put things away. After twice, I do it myself, but then he gets frustrated that I did it. So, you know, he's very hit or miss. He's very hit or miss. I'm not going to get into details, but I do think this temperamental temper that we have going on with Mister, you don't just develop that. I'm going to leave it at that. Scott Keller says, you cook, lay out his clothes, clean. I do everything. Yeah. I cook, I clean. The house is always clean. He leaves with his lunchbox in his hand, his breakfast in his hand. I'm not complaining about any of that. Absolutely not. I wouldn't change it for any other way. It was no different. My mother worked 2 jobs, took care of us kids. My mother never had the luxury of staying home with us children. She stayed home with my brother for 2 years when he was little, but there's 12 years apart from both of us. But my father always left with his lunch in his hand, meals, etc., etc. I have no complaints about that whatsoever. I'm happy to do that. I'm just happy that he is leaving with something in his hand. But every now and then I would just love if it was a little paying it forward here. That's all. Oh, love bugs. DC Square, DC Motorsports, phenomenal channel. If you ever have an opportunity, definitely check them out. Really some really great nuggets of information over there. Definitely give them a look. Hope you're doing well, guys. We have, I don't want to get this wrong. Is this Steve MS? Is this Steve Mustang 516? So good morning, Long Island. Excellent. I hope I didn't mess up your name. Please forgive me. And if I said it wrong, Steve Mustang. That's what I'm going to guess that it is. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I don't like messing people's names up. Danny Cops. Is that Danny Cops? Oh, how cool. Cork in Ireland. And that's a really cool photo, too. Very cool. Nice to have you here. Welcome. Roger says, some channels don't even comment back to their own subscribers. Roger, you and I had just talked, everyone and I, we just talked about this. Listen, our channel does not make a video every day. We maybe don't put up as many videos. Listen, we're always behind in posting content. We have more content. How do I say this? We have more content than we could ever possibly find the time to put up. That's why the most recent video that the Mister put up, we had lost our little furry guy in the family. That was in the summer, okay? So he's a little bit behind on putting up the content. Thank you so much for all your well wishes on that, by the way. That means so much to us. But at the end of the day, we have a firm belief here at Paté's Performance. We believe in writing back to our subscribers. We believe in making time to go check out other channels, especially channels that subscribe to us and comment on our videos. The Mister and I take great pride in going and checking out their videos and commenting on them, or if they need our help. And honestly, so writing back to our subscribers gives us great joy. The day that we can't do those things, we're doing something wrong. So if, you know what? So what that to some, they might say to us, you guys should be well past almost 5,000. That's okay. Because you know what? We're coming up on 5,000. God bless. But we're doing it writing back to our subscribers. We're doing it going to their channels who have channels, and we're commenting. And we're showing love and support as often as we possibly can. There's channels who may have hit double our numbers by now, but they're not doing the same. And that's their prerogative. But I feel like that's not good karma. And you want to always just pay it forward. That's the way that life works. Yeah, it's great to have these great numbers, but at what cost, right? This is supposed to be like a little family here, right? That's my personal belief. It may not be someone else's. It may not be the Mister's even. That's how I feel. I just want to stress that. That's how I feel. I think it's important for us to stay connected. That's all. Glenn, thank you for all you've done here in Tubeland. Glenn, I'm going to say thank you, but also the thank you majorly goes to the Mister. So much work on his end goes into this channel, hugely. I'm a lot of behind the scenes. Bill has to go, but Bill, I love you. And Bill is officially closing his pool. It's always so sad, but you know what, Bill? Backpack blower season, snow blowers, good things are coming, but tear. I'm sorry that you must close your pool. Bill has to put away his mankini for the summer. I'm sorry. And don't worry. There'll be another season next year. I'm just going through. Will's Small Engine Repairs LLC says he sold a still shredder blower last night. Congratulations. That's what I like to hear. That's wonderful. I have to say, a still shredder blower. That's pretty interesting. Oh, okay. I remember I had bought home a shredder I found actually right around the corner from the house, and it just needed we're talking like early years of the channel, and it just needed way too much work. And truly, I was so afraid, honestly, the mister was gonna like take off his arm. Like this was like back in the early like advances of the channel where like the mister was just getting into like working on the machine. And so I'm like, I think we ended up giving it away, if I remember right. It sat for a while. Speaking of sitting for a while, a sore subject right now, which like I know not to mention it anymore, but I really want him to get, I mean, he's got 42 things on his plate, but I really want to get rid of the cyclone. I almost want to just post it for sale, like as is, someone take it. They know it's a project, but I know he wants to get it up and running. He just literally, he's working on the Honda Element. He's got like the tractor that needs to get up and running. So I don't know. I don't know. And guys, don't even suggest that I work on the Cyclone because listen, I know I said I'm ready to take on another project, but like that is so out of my threshold. Oh, zombie mowers. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Antonio Claudio Michael says, I spent 5+ years getting 1,200 subs and I have businesses to run, 6 kids and a wife, and always go to everyone's channel. And the people I'm talking about are 1,000 subs and say they can't stop, too busy. You know what, Antonia? God, first of all, God bless you. That is a plate full. And you know what I like to call it? A plate full and a plate blessed, right, ma'am? But you know what? It's true. It's true. But Antonio, I'm talking about, listen, whether it's 1,000 subs, 5,000 subs, 10,000, I think we just got to like really reevaluate all of our priorities, right? Like sometimes, you know what? Don't post that extra video. Instead of posting a video the next day, go, instead of posting one video, take that next day to just go and reach out to subscribers and comment on videos. Like it'll be okay. I almost feel like, Antonio, it's some of like the early subscribers, like I almost understand more the people who are just starting out. Like you want them to get their videos out. You want them to be filming and get to that 1,000 subscribership because it's so hard to get to that first 1,000. Like that first 1,000 is like a doozy, right? You know, man, like that first 1,000 is so hard to get to. It's the people who like hit that 2,000 mark, the 5,000 mark, the 10,000 mark, that all of a sudden they're too busy. They're too busy to write to people's videos. Those are the people we need setting a good example, right? So, Antonio, I'm always here to listen, brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you, Roger. Absolutely. We want to make sure those prayers are going to Scott and his family. And we do love our KCB. Always. Casey, I hope things are cranking by you, man. Antonio says, haters will always hate. Let them hate. If you don't get haters, you ain't doing something right. Yep, Mrs. Pate. You know what? You're not going to be everybody. Listen, not everybody likes peaches. You're not going to be everybody's favorite peach, right? It is what it is. Lion Tribe 79 says, I know for a fact that my wife does way more than I do, but I try to do little things during the week when I know she doesn't feel like doing anything extra. Lion Tribe, if I could like stamp this comment on like the face of this video for today, really, that's what I'm trying to say. Whether you're the husband, you're the wife, I think if we could do more of this, friends, family, marriage, whatever it is, like it's about little things. I think so often, like in small engine land, in a marriage, in a family, a friendship, people always think like it has to be this grand gesture, right? It doesn't. It doesn't. Like it's little things, you know, it's little teeny things. Like, listen, when it comes to small engines, right? You guys don't have to fluff my feathers. I know that the snapper video that I made, I sure as heck did not make some restyle. I didn't do some like phenomenal over the top, like small engine repair, right? But I would love to believe that I did something to help my husband out, right? There's days where like yesterday, I had 2 doctor's appointments right after work for something. And my husband needed me to run to Advance Auto. I knew I sincerely did not have time, but you know what? I rearranged my day. Now, I can tell you that it would probably be, and I love him, I love my husband more than life itself, but he probably would not rearrange his day for me. I knew he needed me, so I ran, moved my appointments, and literally dropped and ran to my appointments. It's little things that you could do for someone else. And sometimes they could take a nanosecond. If you know that someone does something every day and you can help them out, just do it. Just please. Like, the littlest things can make someone's day so much easier, so much better. And you know what? Please don't be narcissistic either. If you're a family member or a friend, please don't reach out to people with narcissistic texts or comments, or don't stop by and say something that hurts their feelings, that makes them feel like they're not doing enough. Because sometimes people are just in busy seasons of their life and they want to do all the things for you. But right now they need to take care of home and their business or themselves. And maybe sometimes the right thing to say to a family member or a spouse or a friend is maybe, I know you're really busy right now. Just want to tell you and your wife, or just want to tell you, brother, love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, like, if you know your buddy is running a business. Brother, I know you're so busy. Just want to say you're doing a darn good job, man. Maybe someone who's neck deep in work right now just needs to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Good morning. Antonia says, nothing wrong with telling somebody you just can't handle a deal. You have your money into it and you need what you need for the price. Amen. Antonia, we get equipment through the door, right? We get equipment through the door sometimes. And like right now, we're sitting on some high-priced snow blowers. And right now, we just want what we want for the equipment. There is no wiggle price. And I got to tell you, you would be surprised. You're going to get some people who, when you tell them this is what I need for it because it's been serviced, well-maintained, it's really got all the bells and whistles, the modified impeller, et cetera, royal purple, whatever you want to say. You're going to get some people who are going to sit there and still want to insult you. But I've come to learn as I get later in life, when you're just honest with someone, when you're just a realist, people respect you more for it. And sometimes they won't buy your equipment. Guess what? There's more fish in the sea. It's okay. It really is okay. But start valuing what you have. DNR, Dave, what's up, man? How is the job going? I'm thinking of you. Always love following what you're doing. I hope everything is going well. Antonio says, it doesn't matter how deep into a project or work I am. I never miss dinner with my kids and wife. I look forward to that every day because it's family time. You know what, Antonio? I feel the same way. I feel like even though it's just the mister and I right now, dinner time for us, I feel like should be our time to connect. There's too many times that it's just me sitting at this table and he's eaten already. I will never not have a meal for him. He's always has a meal. But you know, at the end of the day, like, I feel like that should be your connect time. That's why when some people ask him, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, I need your time, mister. The mister sometimes doesn't even have time for me, which is like, my schedule's busy too, but I make that time for at least, you know, a meal. Good morning, Grandpa Kevin. How are you? It's great to have you here. I hope all is well. Amen, Grandpa Kevin. Just pass it forward. Pay it forward. That's all. Lion Tribe, you didn't offend anyone at all. At Lion Tribe, I think you can associate what you said with a husband or a wife, right? I think, honestly, the bottom line is I think we can all afford at times to do better, right? In a friendship, in a family, in a marriage, whatever it is, like, I think sometimes we all get caught up in like, I am so busy. I have so much going on. But the truth is, like, we're always going to have so much going on, right? So why can't we just stop for 30 seconds and do something for someone else? We're always going to be busy. Why are you going to sit there and be angry at your buddy because he doesn't have time right now because his business is so busy right now? Why are you going to stop there and be mad at your husband or wife because they're so busy in their business or their work? You know what? Show them. Do something nice for them right now. Why are you going to sit there and be mad at your mother or father because they're so busy right now? Or why are you going to be mad at your kids because they're too busy right now? Maybe as mother or father, you need to sit there and not be so selfish right now. Maybe you need to say, you know what? My children are busy because they're flourishing. My children and their spouses are in a busy season of life right now, and maybe I need to stop being so selfish. I've lived my life. My husband and wife and I have lived our lives. Our kids are busy, and that's great. Maybe we need to all stop being so selfish, right? Bald Eagle, good morning, all. I'm driving out to my dad's, but I'll be listening in the car. Bald Eagle, I love you. You're the best. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it. Bald Eagle, Lion Tribe says, it was just a joke. I wasn't trying to offend you, but the wife and I both pick on each other. I can't cook, and she's not a wrencher. You know what? Maybe you should learn how to cook, and maybe she should pick up a wrench. You know what? I'm not a wrencher either, but I'm trying. Trust me. I have multiple degrees, and they are not in small engine work, but I'm a quick learner. I will tell you, you know who's a phenomenal cook? The Mister. Do you want to know how often he cooks for me? Big donut. Big donut. Let me just see here. Antonia says, when my wife is at work and she just disappears to work before I can give her food, I will cook an extra thing she likes and bring them both to her. She always takes care of me. No reason I can't do the same. Amen. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. It's so funny. I always say, there's been times the Mister's left things at home and I'll drop it to him at work. When the Mister leaves in the morning, he gets so frustrated and he'll say to me, why are you spending so much time putting all my snacks together? Come on, I got to get going for work. It's not. I love knowing that if he has to stay late at work, if he's got errands to run, he's got some snacks, he's got food, he leaves with this. I tell his family all the time, he is the most well taken care of individual that you could possibly encounter. It means a lot to me to know that he's well taken care of. I just appreciate that if he would care as equally much, just knowing that he's taking care of me too. I shouldn't have to always just take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? Pay it forward for your significant other. Doesn't matter, Antonio says, doesn't matter how fast you get to the number of subscribers, is how helpful and responsive you are to your viewers. Some people rather have subs and don't reply, and others prefer to reply and have little. Antonio, that's kind of what we fell into. It's funny. I'm big on watching the analytics, more so because I'm intrigued by numbers, right? I'm intrigued by numbers because there are people out there that make videos every day and have double the amount of subscribers we do. And they'll say to us, whoa, you're almost at 5,000 subs. And I want to say to them, we would probably be double the amount of subs if we made a video every day, but we have careers. We can't do that. And the truth is, we also take moments where we literally will pause. If you notice, we'll have lives where we say, we're pausing right now because we have to catch up on writing to subscribers. That is huge for us. We are firm believers that you don't abandon your subscribers. You don't abandon checking in with other channels. We don't believe that it's all about just ranking in the subscribers. It's more about connecting with your community. Again, everybody can feel how they want to feel, but we are so big on giving back. That's our personal belief. Mankini, Bill knows that I'm just playing with him. Thank you so much for spending time this morning with your subscribers. Jamie, it's a pleasure. I want to say to you, thank you so much for so many of you sticking around this morning. I truly do. Again, I apologize. I know there's mornings that I come anywhere from a minute to 4 minutes late. Guilty, guilty. If you want to know the truth, 9 times out of 10, it's because I'm finishing making up the bed, or one of us just took a shower and I'm cleaning up the shower. Because I know after the live, I'm hustling and bustling and doing. I am someone who, like, I'm a little type A. I like things to be neat and tidy, and he runs to get on the live. So I just want to finish tidying up. I apologize for that, but I will always, always, always make sure that I give you my undivided attention once I'm here. But on that note, we've been together for a long time today. I have an interesting morning. I have got to, ow, I just hit my toe and I had smashed it the other day. Ouch. Oh, that did not feel good. At some point this weekend, I have got to, so our Greenworks pressure washer, they sent us a new one. We had to replace it. But the mister had gotten a little antsy about basically receiving the new one. So he went out and bought another one, thinking that they weren't going to send it fast enough. The missus had called Greenworks on Wednesday, and I said, come on, guys, I need this now. And sure enough, it came yesterday. So now I have to return the one he hasn't opened. Just what I want to do this weekend. We also, the mister got impatient and ordered and bought, I should say, way too many blades for the last, I don't know if it was a lawnmower or a tractor. I think a tractor. I could be wrong. But now I have to also return blades. Do we notice a trend here? Impatient. Who's the patient one? Who thinks they know who the patient party is in our team? So I have to return a pressure washer. I have to return blades. It's probably about like $400 or $500 worth of stuff right there. And also I'm buying a backpack blower from someone who's going to meet me at Lowe's. So I just have to figure out like when the right time is. Maybe I'll film that. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling at that moment. Maybe I'll film buying the backpack blower. Ooh, Lowe's also has out, I do know, because I flew in there the other day, Lowe's has out their Arian snow blowers. I will see. Maybe I will do a little quick video snippet of me at Lowe's doing some Arian snowblower video looking. What do you think? Should I? I'll be honest, I get so shy because at our Lowe's, they put the Arian snowblowers like right at the front entrance. So I start to geek out over them. And then like I'm geeking out filming myself and people are walking right in the door. And then people stop to watch. So I get so embarrassed. At least at Home Depot, the snowblowers are kind of hidden. So I can geek out and people aren't watching me. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe I need to go back at a time when no one's there. We'll see. I don't know. But I also want to buy mums. Ken, I want mums too. I have a nursery that I go to, but they're not nearly as big as yours, but they're pretty usually. We'll see. Ken, I'm just going to fangirl over yours. I love you. On that note, Paul, I can't wait to see. Oh, your precious babies are so beautiful. But you and your wife are a stunning couple. Your babies are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Antonio, it was such a pleasure having you here with us. Stop by more often. Absolutely. We love having you here. Ken, I can't wait. I'll be with popcorn watching the new mom debut. DC Motorsports, he has some patience. Mandingo has been down for how long? Mandingo's running. And you know what? DC Motorsports, you have a long ways to go with marriage, but patience comes with more than just patience with a vehicle, my love. Paul, can't wait for the pictures. Roger, love you. And we love having you here. And Roger, I hope if you are working on anything, I hope it's great this weekend. So on that note, you know what I'm going to tell you? You are never alone. You always have Pate's Performance by your side. If you are joining us for the first time, please make sure you give us a subscribe. Please make sure that you hit that notification bell. Lion Tribe, I hope you have an awesome weekend too. I am always patient with the mister. He goes through his moods. Listen, I'm going to say something. This is probably not appropriate, so forgive me, because I always try to be a lady and a classy lady. I believe just as women have a certain time of the month, I believe men do too. I don't care what anyone tells you. And listen, I work with small children on a very regular basis. I have the patience of a saint. So at the end of the day, not much phases me. It truly, truly doesn't. So at the end of the day, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I will coddle him, burp him. He'll be fine. Iron Duke, my love, bless your heart for your support with my last video. So fascinating reading the amount of work that you had put into all the type of fabrication work you've done. You are a fascinating individual. I am so grateful to have you part of this channel, part of this family. Thank you so much. And it's great to have you here. Good morning. Yes, you do. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I think women are unfair if they say that men don't have their time as well. But on that note, I love you so much, all of you. Thank you so much for your support. If you need us, you know where to find us. You're never alone. And whether this weekend you are wrenching, relaxing, flipping, buying, if you're doing fun fall things, remember my favorite saying is, I'm glad to live in a world where there are Octobers. That comes from Anna Green Gables, one of my favorite quotes. I am a girl who, I'm not a pumpkin spice girl. Please don't get me confused. There are two very different women in this world. I am not your cliche woman who you'll see with a pumpkin spice latte. And, you know, I'm not one of those. Not that there's anything against that. But I love a crisp feel in the air, a good mum. And I just love this season. I just feel like there's a sense of renewedness right now. So on that note, make sure you, on your way out, if you loved our time together today, please give a thumbs up. And we've got some great videos coming your way. So please make sure you tune in. And until the next one, later. Bye, guys and gals.